Who the hell can wait till morning? Talk now at latenightsportsradio.com.
I threw a wish in the well. Don't ask me, I'll never tell. I looked at you as it fell, and now you're in my way. I trade my soul for a wish, pennies and dimes for a kiss. I wasn't looking for this, but now you're in my way. Your stare was holding, ripped jeans, skin was showing. Hot night, wind was blowing. Where you think you're going, baby?
Sullivan Show here on a Thursday night. I'm here on latenightsportsradio.com. If you want to call in, the number is 585-633-7487. I'm here with co-host Antoine Staley from BleacherReport.com. How are you doing today, Antoine?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm awesome. Long time no talk. We haven't done one of these shows in, it's been ages.
Yeah, we hadn't talked in a real long time, so it's good to be back on the line with you.
Yeah, it used to be we'd both get sloppy drunk and then just do a completely out of control show.
No. Don't blame that on me. No. I did not get sloppy drunk, but no, you were just you were you, and then you did your thing. So don't try to put that on me.
Okay, we both got a little out of control. Whether there was alcohol involved, who knows, with either one of us. But,
you and your wild stories, yeah, that would get out of control, honestly.
Yeah. Well, tonight, granted, first we want to talk about you. It can't be easy.
I hate talking about myself, actually. But go ahead.
Well, I hate talking about myself as well, but usually it's I can't imagine a tougher sports year than for you. Lakers being god-awful, Red Sox being terrible, Dolphins, you name it. The teams have really gone south on you.
Well, I cover the Dolphins. I don't necessarily. I'm not a Dolphins fan, but I cover the Dolphins.
Okay, but covering the Dolphins can't be easy though either.
No, it's not. I didn't grow up a Dolphins fan, but I do cover and I'm not a Dolphins fan at all, but I do cover the team. But then again, the team that I do actually grew up loving is actually worse than what they are. So it's not like they're any better than what the Dolphins are. So I shouldn't be. When you say Dolphins, it's actually a compliment.
Well, as a whole, the NFL got Thursday night football again, and it started off as a blowout, 24-0 right off the bat for the Colts. It's 27-14 now, Colts over the Texans. What's your take on these Thursday night football games? Do they need to go, or should they only be on Thanksgiving and after, or what's your take on it?
I never was a fan of Thursday night games. I'm still not a fan of the Thursday night games. I would much rather just have all the games on Sunday night or Monday. I'm a traditionalist. I'm a purist, I guess. You call it what it is. But I'm really one of those guys that Thanksgiving, and if you want to have some games after Thanksgiving on Saturday or Thursday, that's fine. But I'm not one of those guys that want to have Thursday night football every single week, because I think you're getting a watered down product, to be completely honest with you. You're seeing it right now. Look at how many. Count the amount of Thursday night games so far this year that hadn't been a contest. You see what I'm talking about. I just think that it's better. It's not fair to the teams because they have to play on Sunday. You have to turn right around and play on Thursday. But then again, you have a commissioner that's more worried about the bottom line and money than he is as far as protecting the players. And whether he says it or not, it's all about the bottom line for him, and we all know that. And Goodell, it's just about money for him. That's what it is for me. I'm not going to get it too much. I don't want to get too deep into it, because I have my feelings about him. But that's what it's all about. It's about money for him, and that's the reason we have the Thursday night games. That's why we have London, which and that's why we have all of the stuff that we do now, because it's all about money. Hello?
Hello, Bob. Are you there? Did we lose Bob?
Hello?
Hello. This is Mr. Producer. Bob is having technical difficulties here. So while we are waiting for Bob,
Is that good?
are you there, Bob? There, you're back. Bob's
Oh,
back.
okay.
Time for me to duck back behind the curtain.
But you look at Thursday night football. What's something that's going to get this to change? Is it going to be injuries that are proven because of a short week, or is it going to be people not watching that's going to get this to go away? Which one do you think? Obviously,
it would be people not watching. That would be what it is. It's like you can have all the injuries in the world, but unless people start watching, and that's what anything with the NFL, they're gonna keep pushing the product down your throat. I mean, you have to, like I say, we can talk about just like with Goodell. Like we talked about people talked about the Ray Rice situation and how the NFL was going down and all of that. But as long as people are watching, I mean, he doesn't give a damn about about you, me, or anybody else. Like he cares about the ratings and making money and the bottom line. Like I said, I forgot how much exactly he made in 2012, but he made a lot of money, and that's like I said, the owners will back him as long as he's making the money. The moment that he stops making them as much money as they should be, then that'll be the moment where they want to kick Roger Goodell out, no matter what he does. Like he can, like I say, he can not watch the video or whatever you want to do. But until that point comes, like the owners stop defending him, then he's going to be the commissioner, and we're going to continue to have Thursday night games. We're going to have games over in London, and we're going to have stupid, trying to get teams to move over to the NFC West when really they, like I say, most of their division rivals are in the AFC West. So have things like that. So I'm not a fan of Roger Goodell. Like I say, if you can tell, obviously, but we're going to obviously have all these things because, money's involved. So that's kind of just how it is.
I think a division in the NBA in Europe would work. I don't think having a singular team or a division in football.
Yeah, because you're playing every day.
Yeah, because NBA, I think you could work it out as far as travel. I mean, they work it out anyway. I mean, a West Coast team knocks out their games in Florida on one road trip, their games in Texas on one road trip. I mean, they schedule it smart enough. NFL, I mean, you could have one game in London, and then the very next week you're in, I mean, for God's sakes, it could be LA in a couple of years.
Yeah.
Which do you see happening? A team in LA or a team in London first?
It's going to be a team in LA. Obviously, they want to get a team in LA, and it's either going to be the Chargers or the Raiders. That's pretty much what it boils down to. I think the Rams could move out there as well, which I think would make sense as well. But it's going to be it's either going to be the Rams, Raiders, or Chargers. I think looking at it, geographically wise, the Raiders have a big fan base in LA. I think it makes more sense for them to move out there. They're the most popular team in LA. Right? You have to remember they moved out there in the 80s when I was growing up. They were the Los Angeles Raiders. I didn't know of the Oakland Raiders when I knew about them, but that was the team that's obviously the team that I grew up loving, and that's the team that I knew of. Well, Bo Jackson, Marcus Allen, Jay Schrader, all that, when they were really pretty relevant and decent, but that was the team that I ended up liking, and they ended up moving back to Oakland because Al Davis was supposed to promise a stadium deal with the LA Coliseum. He never got it, so he decided to move back to Oakland. So it's really, I think you can see the Raiders move back there. I just don't like the fact that they're talking about moving them to the NFC West, which I think makes no sense at all, because when you have all of the teams in the AFC West, they were in the AFL. Like they were the original AFL team, so all of their rivals are there. So that really makes no sense to me. Moving them to LA, yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. But moving them from the NFC West, where I know Seattle was the rival there at once upon a time, but they came later on, and San Francisco is obviously a natural rival because you have them and in the same area, but I think they belong in the AFC West. But I think long story short, I would put them in the AFC. I would say a team in LA would come before London.
It seems, we've been hearing about a team in LA a team going back to LA since
20
both
years.
teams left. Yeah, well, it's been since they left. Since they left, we've been hearing about going back to LA. And I
Exactly.
mean, I just don't. The NFL seems fine without LA, and I think you put a team.
They've been fine. They've been perfectly fine.
LA's not really. I mean, yeah, it's a good media market, but it's not a good like the fans there are not loyal. I mean,
No.
you'll have to build up a new. I mean, other than if you get the Raiders, if the Chargers.
They remind me of Miami to an extent because I live in South Florida. Right, it's a lot to do in Los Angeles. I've been there. I've been there plenty of times. If the team is not doing really well, you're gonna have other things to do. Like you're not gonna go to a Raiders game when they're 0-4 and they're playing like they're playing like crap because they lost to the Miami Dolphins. You're gonna go to the beach. You're gonna go to USC games. You're gonna go UCLA game. You're gonna go. There's so many different things to do in that case. You're not gonna go to Raiders games, and I think that's the big problem for them. The Raiders are not very good, so I think it's other attractions there in LA. Same thing with Miami. The Dolphins have been mediocre for 13 to 15 years. You're not gonna go to a Dolphins game where you can go to the beach in South Beach where you can see women walking around half naked. You can go to Miami Heat games. You go to a lot of people don't go to Hurricanes games either, but that's an option as well. There's so many things to do here as well. So it's so many different options. So you're not going to go there and just why go there and pay that much money when you can sit there at home and watch them lose as well. So that's kind of what the bottom line is.
Well, and I think with LA, you'd almost have to build too much stuff into the stadium to get people. Like I think it's kind of like, I mean, like you said, it's like Miami. I think you just almost have to build too much stuff into the stadium to get people to come down there.
Yeah. And we have a club there. And here's the thing that I started to interrupt you. Like they have like this owner here, Stephen Ross for the Dolphins. Like they have a club here called Club Live. I'm sure people have heard of it because it's really popular. If you talk, like I said, you look it up. A lot of celebrities like Lil Wayne and things like that. They actually have a club live inside the stadium in Sun Life Stadium in Miami, and you can hear it hurts me because, like I say, you're sitting there, and I have a press box in the game because I sit there and I cover the game. My press box is like directly next to the club, and like all I hear is like during the games, like boom, 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 because there's music going on. And like, how aggravating is that to have certain attractions that you have an attraction there that's kind of like it's distant from the game. Nobody, when you're in the stadium, nobody really cares about the game at that point. The Miami Dolphins, their last home game, they played the Kansas City Chiefs. They got blown out. They got pretty much waxed. I come out the press box that who the happiest people in the stadium were?
The
They
people
were in the
coming
club
up.
because exactly because they didn't care about the game. They were drunk and they didn't care. I had a guy coming in the bathroom. I went to the bathroom after the game. He had a champagne bottle. He did not care one bit about the game. Like he could care less about the Dolphins getting blown out. Like that's what it was. Like so, I don't think you want to go down that road, to be completely honest with you. But that's just you don't want to go down that road where you have to attract people that are not football fans to the stadium, because if you do that you're slipping down a dangerous slope at that point. Excuse me.
Yeah, they should really. Okay, when you have like, I get that you have to accommodate to rich people, like because that's kind of you get the rich people in the press boxes, they're in the box, and then you get the rich people to buy time in the hot tub during the Jacksonville Jaguars game. And that's cool as hell. If I was a rich person, I would definitely do that. I would definitely. I ripping on the rich people, but if we were in that same position, I'm sure we would be doing the exact same thing. But I just don't understand. Like, you're almost better off. Like, those guys don't even watch the game at all. It's all just there to be seen. And the unfortunate thing is, if you're at the Miami Dolphins game, nobody sees you because nobody knows that isn't rich going to that